conventional, tactical, which I don't think they ever were really. I mean, there's a famous story of Tao. Everyone thought that this crazy attacking ex-world champion was only a tactical mastermind, and then once he played someone who said, well, Tao can't play endings, so on purpose he swapped off all the pieces, went to ending and beat this guy, just to show him that, yes, I can play endings, prove his point. This type of structure, David, it reminds me of the World Championships between Magnus and Fabiano Caruana. Caruana had this kind of pawn structure of white, and Magnus often went into this with black. But it is very dynamic and probably good for both sides if they want to win Title Tuesday this week. They both really need to go for it here.
Yeah, but Esipenko retreating, there's a bit of a roadblock for white. The move you want to play is so well guarded. You want to push your pawn forward, but black controls any advances. Black, in the meantime, can choose when to pull the trigger and go for his own pawn pushes. So I think Hikaru in blitz chess, kind of practical terms, just easier a position for him to play. And maybe that is reflected in the clock times. Esipenko down around the 2-minute mark. Hikaru, yeah, he's almost as fast as Andrey Tang, I would say. Super speedy when he wants to be. He's also got the connect 4, my favorite pawn chain. And meanwhile, your favorite thing landing on the board here, Simon, the H-pawn push.
Yeah, he's pushing that pawn up. Maybe even white is trying to take over something on the king side. There you go. The rook swings over. And Esipenko is saying, okay, you're not going to have all the fun on that side of the board. I'm going to try to come in and cause a little bit of problems there. Very important, I think one of the things you mentioned there, David, is in blitz chess, who has the easier position to play? And there you go. Black is just pushing his pawns. And even if it's not a better position, if your moves are easier, more natural to play, it makes a big difference. Is that white knight going somewhere, though?
Yeah, that white knight has a nice path. Good spot, Simon. Like, that's a juicy kind of final destination, supported by a pawn, nice outpost, probably landing with a fork. So Hikaru has a 2-move window to attack before the white knight gets in. And look at that, the white rook lands in the corner. It started the game in the other corner. And Hikaru is now going to blow open the position before the white knight lands. And the white king is the target.
Yeah, it looks to be very weak on the dark squares here. And Hikaru trying to break through. And I saw Hikaru shake his head a little bit there. But I don't know if that was in pure joy. And all the evaluation bar, it has changed.
Massively better.
Yeah, what is the move? It's crashed in black's favor. The first move is the most obvious one, I believe. You should probably take this pawn, lure the white king out. Then the black knight might start landing with some checks. That knight can be taken, but that would only come with the white, the F-file opening. And there we go. It's a series of checks from Hikaru. Maybe not the best according to the eval bar, but good enough. And now you just need to add the black queen somehow.
And look at it. This is typical Hikaru when he starts looking at the ceiling, trying to calculate the way through to the win. He's watched that Queen's Gambit many a time, and he's jumped into the position. But the dark squares, they're very weak around white's king, and black, Hikaru has a dark square bishop. This is very scary for Esipenko.
And meanwhile, Andreykin and Minle have played a draw. Andreykin now on 8 points, meaning if Hikaru wins this game, he will only be half a point behind on 7.5.
Ooh, gap is closing,
Yep.
and Magnus Carlsen looks like he's maybe slightly better against Alexei Serrano, but still in the fight there. Hikaru, he is such a clutch player. He knows when to change gears. He knows how to kind of steady the ship after the setbacks. And right now, if the black pieces can land any check against the white king, it's almost checkmate. Just need to break through on the dark squares.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, white can hardly move anything as well. You might even let the F-pawn join in the attack here. Hikaru, the only slight danger, he's got 45 seconds. He's got to not forget about the clock and try to calculate his way to victory. Even someone as strong as Hikaru can get too short a time. So he's trying to find the win. Is there something clear here? There should be, right?
There should be. I mean, the move I would want to play is to bring the black queen in and try to go in and behind. But if it doesn't land a checkmate, you could find yourself up a blind alley. And in the meantime, there was a pawn attack. The white queen was hitting b6. But Hikaru, he's panicking. Look at him on the camera. I'm sure he's telling his chat that he froze. That he should have been quicker. 27 seconds is not a lot at all.
Yeah. He's down on the clock. Esipenko still with 49 seconds left. Is there a chance that Hikaru loses this on the clock?
It's very possible. If you don't land the checkmate, if the queens come off the board, it's an endgame, you get flagged. So Hikaru needs to go for the white king. I think he's still a favorite here, Simon, but not going to be easy.
Yeah, it's a very crafty move Hikaru played there, because now his queen is, well, maybe threatening to come into the position. The bishop is getting a good place. Esipenko just grabs the pawn, but 21 seconds.
Oh, and look at the bar.
Yeah, it's changed. What's the mood though? It looks very scary.
Yeah.
Is it just a draw?
Yeah, you can't dodge a check here, and the white queen can now drop back and force a queen exchange. And it looks like a perpetual check. Esipenko's playing for the win, though. He could have repeated the position.
He's going for it. And look at those pawns. Why not? And look at the time. It's all going to come down to the clock again. This is what this guillotine time limit comes down to. It's 10 seconds versus 10 seconds.
Ooh.
Esipenko has an extra pawn. It's all about the white pawns that are pushing forward. He has a winning position now, Esipenko. 2 extra pawns, but it's all about the clock. Hikaru is going into flag mode. The black knight is dropping. The white pawns are so close to promotion. Totally winning for Esipenko. Can he close it out? Hikaru is about to crash to defeat.
Has he lost on time? He has. Esipenko. What a result.
Wow, that was a massive turnaround. Esipenko takes the win against Hikaru. Nakamura, another loss for Hikaru, losing on the board. But I think he actually officially lost on the clock. He got flagged here, Hikaru. Hard break. And look at Esipenko. He isn't smiling on the outside, but he is smiling on the inside. That's a massive win for him.
Huge win. Esipenko, he was kind of almost shaking his head there. Maybe in disbelief that he just flagged Hikaru Nakamura. But ultimately, it was well-deserved. He held his nerve. Yes, his position was shaky. Yes, Hikaru was probably winning for the vast majority of the second half of that game, but it's all about the scramble. Who can hold their nerve better? Who's quicker on the mouse? And Esipenko still had 6 seconds when Hikaru ran out of time.